oh boy, one of the biggest days that I've been waiting for in a long time. Just got notification that I got a special delivery and I am about 2 minutes from the house. What could it be? Well, if you looked at the thumbnail or you read the title, which I haven't come up with yet, I'm sure you already know what this delivery is. So I'll just say, thanks for stopping in, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. Now, I know what's been delivered. Obviously, you now already know what's been delivered because, like I said, of the title. But I have not been up to the house yet and put my eyes on this particular package. So, I'm going to do it all in real time. Here we are.
On the driveway.
You may have caught a glimpse of them sitting in the garage. The tires are here. Thank goodness the tires are here. Oh boy, here they are. I've never run these tires before, but they're actually pretty decent looking. What are they, you ask? Lexani. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the brand. I, like I said, have never run them. These are the Lexani LX-twenty, tread wear of 320, traction A rating. I like the tread pattern. Wide grooves, good for wet traction. The reviews actually are pretty decent on these tires. I was surprised because of the price point, but like I said, when you get the opportunity presents itself to get you some tires for nearly free, you jump on it. So for the rears, 275, 35, 19. For the fronts, 255, 40, 19. So they're very close to actually the diameter of the stock 17s overall. So we don't have to worry about the speedometer being too far off. We don't have to worry about throwing too much of anything off of the stock setup of the car overall, so not too bad. I wanted to get this exact setup on eBay. It's about right around $400 for all four, so it's kind of hard to beat. So we'll try these tires out. We'll do a a couple of different things on them, and get a complete review of them, see if they're even worth anything at all. The next challenge is getting all of these and 4 wheels in the Q50. Oh. I'm not a packing genius, but we got 1 tire in the trunk. We got 1, 2, 3 tires in the back. 1, 2 rims. And then in the front, we got another 2 rims. Boom, we're on the way. One last look at it with the stock wheels. Stick around. All right, guys, we're heading to Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville to Amazing Grace Tire. But we got to make a pit stop along the way. There is another element to this story, and it could potentially turn out to a big element and put a little bit of a wrench in our plans for the day as far as mounting these wheels and tires on the car goes. So over a week ago now, I found a good deal on some Lug Nuts online, made the purchase. This was March 13th. I got the tracking information from the seller relatively quickly, and showing that the Lug Nuts had arrived at the United States Postal Service facility in Chorrito, California. The package was guaranteed to arrive on the 18th, so just 5 days later. However, you all may know this, but the United States Postal Service doesn't always provide excellent tracking information. So I was watching and trying to keep track every single day, and it seemed like after 2 or 3 days, the package hadn't moved. On the 17th, I got a notification that the package would be arriving late, and with no updated anticipation date. I just said we'll be arriving late, and it had moved to another sorting facility again in California. Story short, 18th and 19th came and went. The package hadn't moved. Then on the 20th, it said the package was now in a United States Postal Service distribution center location in Los Angeles, California. I notified the seller, said, hey, I really needed these lug nuts, had plans for the weekend, and they're not coming in, anything we could do, any status updates, anything. He checked the tracking information and it showed that, oh my gosh, the package had finally moved to Venice, California. It was yesterday, the 22nd of March. The package had not moved in 9 days out of the state of California, and it still had to make it across the entire country to Greenville, South Carolina. The seller, thankfully, was very, very nice and very helpful. He said, I'll go ahead and just cancel the order, refund you the money right now. When it comes in, you can refuse the package and have it returned to sender. So that's what I'm going to do, because I need to find some lug nuts locally, so we can get these wheels and tires on the car today. I can't wait anymore. I'm not going to wait for Lord knows how long to get those lug nuts from California all the way over here to Greenville. It'd be another week and a half for all I know. So we're not doing that. I'm headed to the store right now. Who knows? O'Reilly's, Advance, AutoZone, one of them are going to have some lug nuts that fit this car, and we're going to get set to go. And then we'll make it to Amazing Grace, and we got a day. So stick around. AutoZone had one package of lug nuts that fit this car. I purchased it just in case, but I'm going to head to AutoZone because, or not AutoZone, Advance Auto, because these are not the ones I wanted. That was a fast trip to Advance Auto. Nothing. Junk. Everything's junk around here at these part stores in terms of lug nuts, so I'm a little disappointed in my decision and you know, how this all happened as I was standing there. I thought I should have just kept those lug nuts that I wanted coming from California, put these on temporarily, and then when the ones from California came in, I'd swap them out, just return these to the store. But that's a little shady business, and we don't want to be like that, right? Let's head to Amazing Grace Tire and let's get these damn things mounted. And we're here. Maybe a little early. Well, maybe actually 4 minutes after opening time, but it is South Carolina after all. I'm just joking, of course. Everybody's always on time in South Carolina. But seriously, it's supposed to open at 9. It's 9:04. No big deal. He may very well be inside, and I just haven't even gone to check the door yet. But I just pulled in. We'll get these things mounted. I'll film if I can. Otherwise, everyone I'm sure has seen tires getting mounted on wheels. So we'll take a look when all is finished. All right, one more shot for the wheels. Okay, so slight issue at the local tire shop. Let me tell you about it. So I love shopping local. I love supporting local businesses. In fact, I kind of go out of my way at times to do just that. I like to see people succeed and start successful businesses, and if I can be a part of helping that growth, whether it's continued business or helping kind of promote that local business, I want to do everything I can to make that happen. So, you know, that's what I try to do. I've been to Amazing Grace Tire in the past. He's done a great job. He's very friendly, likes to get the job done for you today. But today, unfortunately, he was not able to get these tires mounted on these wheels. Tried as he might, it just couldn't happen. I don't know if it's the equipment that he's using or he just didn't have the tools necessary to get the little extra leverage, but he's having trouble getting the tire actually on the wheel. It was stretching so much, in fact, that we were wondering if the wheel was actually slightly larger than the stated 19 inches. I wouldn't consider the tire super low profile. I mean, a 275/35, it's got a kind of a lower sidewall, but it's not super crazy. I've seen more extreme, and I've seen more extreme mount much easier than the situation that I was witnessing here at this tire shop. So, long story short, I called the guy that I got the tires from. He confirmed there's generally no issue mounting those tires, so led me to believe they were the rims. I reached out to the company that I got the wheels from, and unfortunately they're not around on Saturdays. However, stopped by one of the bigger shops at Discount Tire. I know a couple of guys there, pretty experienced tire guys, so stopped in, told them the scenario. They said, we shouldn't have any problem doing it. You know, they have newer, updated equipment, obviously, and you know, they have the financial backing of a big corporation. So, needless to say, sat there for about 40 minutes. They got all 4 of the tires mounted on the wheels, no problemo, balanced as well, and they're in the back. So let's go throw these sons of guns on, huh? I will say they look great. The tires, the Lexani tires, again, I've never run these tires before, this brand at all, let alone the specific line of tire. Again, it's the LX-20. We'll talk more about the tires themselves later, but I guess they're considered all-season, ultra-high performance tire. I don't know how you get that. But anyways, it's like a 340 tread wear, so not super soft, but not super hard. But they look really, really nice. I'm pretty excited overall. We'll take a closer look at them, but I just kind of want to touch on that. 255 40, 19 up front, 275 35, 19 in the rear. I'm going to make a separate video about why I chose these specific sizes, not only because they're close to the overall diameter of the stock setup, so we don't have to worry about the speedometer being off like I mentioned before, and throwing anything else off in the cars, you know, as far as balance and things like that goes. So everything is pretty consistent, even though we upgraded the wheels. But like I said, I'll talk more about the details and specifics as why I chose these particular sizes later on. But if you do happen to have any questions until that video comes out, leave them in the comment section below. I will get to them definitely. I'm so pumped. You guys don't even know. Almost to the house. We'll get these things put on and take a look. Stick around. What do we have here? I like it, but it wasn't me. Was it you? Or was it you? Definitely wasn't you. That reminds me, what are we going to do about these run flats? I haven't done a proper burnout yet with this car. I don't know if I have time to go find a spot where I can roast them. It may have to wait till fall. All right, we got the back wheel ready to go on, and don't forget your hub centering ring. Easiest thing to do is, well, I suppose you could just put it on the hub itself, but nice way to get it seated in there nicely is to stick it right in the bore of the wheel. Keep this lip facing toward the back of the wheel. That way it'll sit flush up against the hub. Stab them in. You can see the lug bolts are centered perfectly in their slots. When I test fit these, there were no clearance issues, but once I got the lug nuts tightened down on the front wheels, they did rub the brakes just a little bit. So I'm going to need a very small spacer. Unfortunately, the auto stores don't have the real small ones, so just so we can get the wheels on and drive this thing tonight, I grabbed some 1/4-inch spacers from O'Reilly's, whatever it is. 1/4-inch. More substantial than I need, but it'll work for now. Fortunately, the hub centering ring is deep enough to where it still sticks out past the spacer, so we still get the wheel nice and centered. The hub centering rings are nice to have, but I will say, you know, what we did in the old days was just get the wheel up, stick your foot under it, hold it so at least one of the lug bolts was centered in the hole, and finger tighten a lug nut, and that would pretty much hold it centered. So I would say that they're not 100% necessary, but they are nice to have. I'd ordered the black lug nuts, but the polished silver is kind of growing on me here. I am going to get some different ones because these cheap ones from the auto parts store are chrome and they always get beat up and rust. So we'll find some nice polished stainless ones in a minute. Or I guess we'll wait and see when those black ones come in how those look. But I like these so far. Well, we're driving them on them right now. I'm trying to take it easy. I'm just making sure there's no wiggles and wobbles, no weird noises. Doesn't sound to be any rubbing. Obviously the new rubber is catching all the little rocks, throwing a bunch of stuff up, but so far so good. Even just driving 10 miles an hour through the neighborhood, I can definitely tell we're on smaller sidewalls. But tires seem to be quiet and pretty smooth. So let's go take a look at this thing. But I will say right now, you're gonna have to excuse the 4x4 look. Remember, keep in mind, it's a 2015 Infiniti Q50 and not a 2015 Jeep Wrangler. So excuse the fact that the car is dirty as heck. It looks 100 times different and 100 times better. I think it's going to be perfect once we get it lowered. Just got to decide what we're lowering it on. Nice. Love it. More aggressive now, but we definitely got to get it lowered. And looking at those brakes, need an upgrade. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Hope you like it. Also, give me your opinion. I'm probably going to go with RSR Springs, but should I go with RSR Downs or Super Downs? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.